guys, what's up? Yeah, I'm sorry. I am just brutally hot right now. And the thing is, I have this, I don't know what's wrong, but I noticed since COVID became our, wait a minute. Sorry about that. I think they temporarily cut the water off, and so I was testing to see when the water was going to come back on, and I had one of my water tubs underneath the basin to see when the water come back on. So yeah, that's, I had to hurry. And they would do that from time to time. They would cut the water off to do maintenance on the lines or on the piping or things, and I sometimes don't always check their announcements. So for me, it's a surprise when the water is off. And what was I talking about? Lightfast testing? What was I talking about? Oh gosh, I forgot. I think I was talking about the Lightfast testing. I was like, what was I talking about? I actually had to go back and rewatch that part of the video to kind of figure out what I was talking about. Yes, I noticed since, COVID became very prevalent in the world and we started to have to wear masks, I started having an allergic reaction to the mask. The hospital where I work gave us these surgical masks, the same blue on one side, white on the other. Sometimes they're green, sometimes they're black, sometimes they're purple, sometimes they're pink. Surgical masks to wear. That's what we get to wear to go to work, as they issue that to us for work. The problem with it is I am allergic to that. And I know I'm allergic to it because ever since I started wearing that mask, you see these black spots all over here? That's a rash that I have thanks to that mask. So I had the mask on, was it yesterday? No, day before yesterday. And I didn't notice I had a rash on my face until the thing is, I don't notice when the rash starts, but when it becomes really bad, it like my entire face feel like it's on fire. So the day before yesterday, we went to the store, so I grabbed the mask and I put one on, and I started to feel, throughout the course of the night, I started to feel like my face on fire. And when I started to, it's like, oh, I have a rash. The rash is back. And I told my husband, it's like, face look funny. I was like, yeah, the white flakes on my face is actually a rash that's caused by the mask. So I had to hurry wash my face and put some cream on. And that's what I had to do yesterday and today. So hopefully within 2 to 3 days, usually the cream takes about 4 days to work, all these black spots are gonna go bye-bye. But it's kind of like a struggle, to always remember to have those masks, because even if I wear the cloth masks that are hypoallergenic, it still gives me the same thing, still cause a rash. I don't know why. And the cream I wear, my husband noticed that my face started to discolor because it makes my face get pale. But I'm like, sweetheart, I have to put the cream on. So before I go to work, I put a cream on my face to kind of give it like a barrier. And there goes the dog, because I just saw a car pass by. And so that when I put the mask on, it doesn't irritate it as much. And if it does irritate it, I have some kind of protection, so I don't, my face doesn't swells up and got red and all that. Yeah, I know I was supposed to be talking about Lightfastness, and I went and talked about mask and then the faucet and the water, and I think I already talked about that water situation, that sometimes they will cut the water off, and because I don't really pay attention to notices, I will notice when they cut the water off. And the next thing we're going to talk about is Lightfast testing. I'm finished. I'm on the last of it, guys. Here, bam, this is the last of it. After this, there will be no more Lightfast testing for a while. These are the last of the bargain friendly watercolor paints that I have. These includes the Winsor & Newton China. I have the thing right in front of me. The Winsor & Newton China. It also includes the Kuretake Gansai Tambi set, this Arctic Squash set, the Paul Rubens set. I have the Kuretake Tambi Gamzai Starry Nights set. I have the Kuretake Gamzai Tambi Gamzai Gemstones or Gem Colors set. And I also have the Kuretake Tambi Gamzai Pearl Color set and this Boku Isumi set. So I'll be doing Lightfast testing on all that for the last of it. So all those bargain friendly watercolors, the rest of it I'm gonna be doing. So like I say, guys, it's a lot. So there's 7 here. I'll probably be doing the Winsor & Newton by itself, and then I'll go into the other sets. It all depends on how long it's gonna take. So that's the last of the Lightfastness. And if you want previews of this, you can hop over to my Patreon. Of course, it's up. Yeah, guys, the videos are up finally. Yesterday I learned how to put the videos up on Patreon so that you guys can have access to it, and there's already a month's worth of videos up there. I have my entire video collection for June is already up there. I put all of them up there last night. I am so happy. I was like the most overjoyed person in the world. I was so grateful that I figured it out how to do it, and I am super overjoyed to have those videos up. One of the things I always wanted to do on my Patreon is to give, because I do my videos in advance. Thanks to work, I got into the habit of recording and taping and editing all my videos 1 month in advance. So the entire month of June videos are already there. Also, I think I should also add that I have coloring pages up there for Patreons, exclusive for Patreons. And if you visit my my Patreon page, you will always get, every single month I put up a free coloring book page on my Patreon page for anyone to download free of cost if you want. So my Patreon has a lot of stuff right now, especially like how I learned now how to put videos up in advance. This is going up there, and you know, so it's kind of cool. I am super excited that, you know, so now being that June is already up on Patreon and it's exclusive for Patreon for right now, they get the premiere, they get first access to these videos, and they just premiere. You know, I learned how to, you know, I've been doing a lot of stuff, you know, learn how to put them as premieres as time goes on, so I don't necessarily have to be physically uploading them and then doing, because all that is already done. I am super excited. So I now feel like I'm a full-blown YouTuber. I have a Patreon page all set up, even though I don't have any Patreons, but I have a Patreon page all set up. I have videos on my Patreon and exclusive from my Patreons, and I am just the most overjoyed person in the world. Okay, so what is the purpose of my Patreon? Let's say 30 people decide that, you know, they love my content and they want to be my Patreon. 30 people, great. What do I intend to do? What is my intentions for my Patreon? Well, my intention is there's basically one thing. I don't necessarily look at it as to be this, you know, I don't want to say it's a big money making business, because I really don't want to limit my potential, but at the same time I'm thinking at this venture, I would like, you know, Patreon to assist me with some of my art expense, you know, because all those reviews and all those products that I use and all those products and stuff that I feature on this channel, actually comes directly out of my pocket. And sometimes I will want my art to pay for itself, in the sense that and my YouTube to pay for itself, so that when I do reviews, when I do show products, when I show my journey into this art, it's because it doesn't come directly out of my pocket. And if it does, it doesn't take a substantial chunk of it. It's able to help sustain itself. And that's basically my idea for Patreon, just for a little assistance in helping me in this journey in art. Now, if the opportunity comes and I blow up, I would like to take that opportunity to show others, especially here in my country, how you can be a successful artist and how you can allow your art to pay for itself. For too long, art, and when I say art, I don't only mean illustrative, I mean art. I mean those who does performance art, those who sing, those who write songs, those who do spoken word art, those who does poetry, those who write books, those people who draws like me, those people who make interior designs, and those people who do fashion, those art is whatever you perceive as your contribution to bring beauty in this world, and whatever you perceive as your way of communicating with people is art to me. And so that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Art, that form of art. That is not a big industry here in my country. Many people who are artists, especially if they're performers, they're singers, they're songwriters, they're novelists, they're poets, they're artists, they do illustration, they're dancers, they're actors. A lot of these people, in fact, I will dare say 100% of them who are currently living in the country of Belize, do not live from an income from that art. They have a second job. I'm a nurse. I can't see a way or a potential where I can allow my art to sustain me in my country because the market is not there. But there's a way to do it, and if I can do it, that means anybody else can do it, and I can show my country that it is possible. It can be done, guys. We can do this. It's for too long, and Belizeans are talented. I mean, gosh, they're talented. Like I say, because I come from an environment where art only means people who can draw. I come from an environment where I see people with amazing voice, people who know to twist and turn and move their body in such ways that, oh my gosh, it's like they're moving to this rhythm of life. And then you have people who know how to take a brush and just communicate to you, show you colors and waves, how they're able to transport their feelings and emotions through spoken words, through literature. Belizeans are talented people. And you also have another spectrum of people who are very talented in sports. Oh my goodness. That's art to me. I mean, people who have such control and such discipline, able to do this sport activity, whether it's basketball, football, table tennis, volleyball. It's like, man, if we can develop an industry in our country where people who are very talented could sustain themselves from their art form, it's going to be a beautiful day, guys. Okay, so I am ending this here because I know it's long, but my patron's going to get to see this soon after it's been done. And then I'm going to hop over into the next thing, which is Lightfast testing. So guys, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.